Gauteng's water systems continue to be severely strained as residents are said to not be heeding the call to use water sparingly. Now, the City of Tshwane says its reservoirs are already at risk with temperatures surging once again and rolling blackouts continuing. Things are uncertain. Let's now speak to Rand Water Communications Manager Makenosi Maroo, who joins us live now. Thank you so much for your time. How bad are things currently?
Things are quite bad. We have introduced stage 2 so that we can restrict water supply, but there is no improvement. So we're still appealing to water end users to use water sparingly.
Let's talk about stage 2 for someone who's watching this interview for the first time and doesn't understand the different stages. Let's talk about what does it mean.
For stage 2, it means we are decreasing the supply of water by 30%. That means obviously the pressure will be quite low. And we are saying to consumers, we are appealing to consumers, please use water sparingly and also adhere to the water sparing tips that we normally give our consumers, where we're saying do not wash your cars with hose pipe, use a bucket, close your tap when you brush your teeth, such things.
And, you know, we're seeing, of course, reports suggesting that some of the residents, in fact, are not heeding those calls. Where are the biggest, culprits?
We were looking at the 3 municipalities. Remember, we're talking about City of Johannesburg, we're talking about Ekurhuleni and Tshwane. So the municipalities will be able to go deep and actually tell you precisely which areas. As rainwater, we are supplying bulk water to different municipalities. But at the moment, we're talking about Gauteng, City of Johannesburg, Ekurhuleni, and City of Tshwane.
And what then becomes, the implications here? Because we are already seeing the City of Tshwane saying that its reservoirs are somewhat at risk and asking residents to really heed these calls, to use water sparingly. What could be some of the consequences that we see here, given the fact that things are now at stage 2?
The risk is having a reservoir that is empty, having our reservoirs empty, and we don't want to get to that stage because it takes a long time for us to fill up a reservoir. The capacity, the minimum capacity of a reservoir is 60% for our reservoirs. At the moment, we're sitting between 52 at other reservoirs, and at other reservoirs it's about 38%. So you can see that the percentage is quite low. So the appeal again is please use water sparingly.
And did the rationing somewhat help that you've done when you were, trying to limit the consumption?
Not in a way that we were hoping, to be honest with you. We were hoping that we will not have to come up with any other implementation or move to any other stage. But at the moment, we are observing and will make a decision. We did indicate when we issued a statement last week that we will review after 2 weeks. So it's a week now. We are also looking and seeing exactly what is happening, and we will inform the end users and municipalities of the decision that we're going to be making.
Now, businesses, of course, and some critical entities like hospitals and all of that were buckling under pressure, even some still saying that things are quite bleak even for them right now. I wonder what can be done to try and cushion the blow there?
I know that different municipalities are in discussions with different hospitals. So the municipalities are handling that part of the area. As I indicated, we supply bulk water. So the relationship there will be between the municipality and a particular hospital. But I know that they are having discussions.
And I wonder, Makenosi, how concerned are you, though, that, there could be a further strain, given the fact that we're seeing temperatures rising, rolling blackouts are still, in full swing. And as you say, that municipalities are making some of these discussions, having these discussions with some of those that they supply. And those that they supply are simply not happy. So I wonder, though, how concerned are you that the system, could be further strained, given the fact that we might be having a heat wave in the coming days?
Bongiwe, we are hugely concerned. At this time of the year, from September up until December, we know that water demand outstrips the supply because consumers do not adhere to water saving practices. But now we are saying at this moment, we have increased our capacity. As rainwater, we supply over 5,000 megaliters for all of the areas that we supply. We have exceeded that capacity. So now we're saying to consumers again, please use water sparingly. We don't want to see our reservoirs running empty.
And could you then maybe potentially change your education approach when it comes to speaking to some of those that, you know, are involved here, especially given the fact that if you are making calls and they are not heeded, it means the message is getting lost somewhere in translation there?
No, absolutely. For this afternoon, we had a meeting with municipalities to come up with a strategy to say, stage 2 is not working. What other plans, what other strategies are we going to be implementing? And we are meeting, we are engaging, coming up with plans so that we don't move to the next stage.
And what came out from those meetings? Because certainly I think talking has now reached a point where it cannot just simply end there, but something is needed. So what were some of the resolutions?
At the moment, remember, I did indicate that we gave ourselves 2 weeks so that before we could make any other decision, to review our decision and to see the implication of these restrictions. So this is week 1. We are now going to week 2. So we will make a decision in a week's time. But
given what is happening, do you think it's still sufficient to still give yourselves 2 weeks, or should you not be moving with speed?
No, we are monitoring each and every, I think after every 5 hours, we are monitoring our reservoirs. So it's not, we are keeping a tab on what is happening. It's not a question of just we're waiting for a week. We are having status meetings. We are looking at our reservoirs. We're having discussions. So we are really monitoring the situation. All right,
Makenosi, we'll touch base with you, of course, and see how the situation is looking, as you say that you're monitoring it. But of course, you know, the weather looks like it may just be against you here. And of course, given what is also happening, the impact of the rolling blackouts on your systems is also one that, you know, we'll continue to watch. But let's leave it there with you for now. Thank you so much for your time.